gone and had a bunch of really good feedback on our new power station. So we're pretty much going to be focusing on the feedback that I had. So there were 3 bits of feedback and they all link quite nicely together, I think. So I'm going to have a look at all of them. We are in the middle of a bad tide, which is going to make things a little bit awkward because it's all a bit messy at the moment. But that's okay, we will persevere. So the suggestions were not in order of importance, but I think actually in the end, having considered them, they all link together really nicely. So the first one was to use stream gauges to control the floodgate. I'm not sure whether you meant this floodgate or this floodgate. But at the moment, this floodgate is kind of useless to manage the level here. Actually, there were 4 suggestions. To manage the levels down here, like we're seeing here, it's getting a bit high, to control the flooding. And what I actually want to do, so we're going to put in a couple of stream gauges. So we're going to put one pretty much here. I think we can get to that. Yep, and then we're going to put one back up here. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of kind of almost data logging, because by the time there's a problem here, it's too late. What I need to do is almost anticipate the problem and try and base it off of something happening much earlier up here. So we're going to have to do a little bit of experimentation, I think, to get that right. So that's that one. The next suggestion was from Pete, which was to build a bit more of a wall. I'm going to build a wall. It's going to be huge. And that's really kind of mirroring what we've got on the setups on the other side. So we're going to do that. We're going to extend the wall along here a little bit. And that might be enough to constrain the flooding. It might do what we often do in the UK with flooding and just push the problem further downstream. We will see. We will see. So that's the first 2 solutions sorted. The next 2, I think, sort of link together. And apologies again, really terrible with some of the names of people. The next suggestion was when we are running in this mode, where we're running closed, was that we can probably support more pumps. And I think you're right, because in this mode, we do not have a problem with flooding. You know, we're sat just underneath, so we probably can have a few more pumps. And initially, my concern was that if we add extra pumps, we use more power, will we generate more power? But clearly, each pump is generating more power than it's using. So I think we could do that. That is going to require a bit of effort because we don't have room to easily drop more pumps in. So we're probably going to have to extend along here, which I don't think is a huge problem. So the way I'm going to tackle that is I'm going to drop a ladder stack down here. We do have dirt here, and I'm going to start bringing it back again. So if we've got ladders coming down here, we probably need a platform over that as well. We're going to have to get rid of that actually, so let's delete those initially, and this is all going to get a bit messy. So I'm not too worried about picking this up. So stand by for mess. What's the way to do this actually? We can build from above, can't we? The way to do this actually is to come along here, come off way. The power curves in there, doesn't it? So if I keep that, because we also need that to connect into the flywheel, so we then want to go into 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So that'll let us put 3 more pumps in, which I think is probably as many as any beaver engineer could want, and that's the level we want to build up to. So I think if we build that, so we are going to need to build all of that and get down into it and build the next layer. So I think the way to actually do that is to build the tower there and put a path along there, give it a bit of speed, and they should be able to build all of that from there. So that counts for that one. The other suggestion, which I am less sure on, which comes from my good buddy Kartek, thank you for the challenge, pal, was to recycle. If we are making use of the store from here and we have this open, to then recycle that fluid. So that would mean that we've got to pump it back up into here. And the problem there is that I can probably, let's just do that for now. If I drop a deep mechanical pump there and pause the build of it, you can see there, and it comes down 4. So we need to put, I think, 2 layers. And so the power usage would be huge. So I'm not sure about that one. My thought is that what we could do is rather than maintain everything, that we actually turn this area into a holding tank, or not quite going to work. So the benefit of pumping it up into here is we gain height, which gives us potential energy. So I don't know. I think we need to close this because we're full. So we've got a heck of a lot of potential energy there. We didn't actually need to delete that. That was how I'm doing. No, we did, because we are going to need to detonate that to connect everything. So my thought at the moment, we're going to need to do some more building as well. My thought at the moment is I'm not sure about getting it back up into here. And I'm kind of wondering if I might do a partial recovery system. So that rather than trying to recover all of it in that mode, I try and recover an amount. So we have maybe just one set of pumps that brings some of it back up. I have no idea how much power this is. I mean, that would be an interesting experiment, wouldn't it? I'm really keen to test that experiment, actually. Really want to test that experiment. I think the problem is that I think we just have, yeah, we've got like 880,000 power stored in here now. I think this is just so much power that we probably don't need to worry about that. And this thing is just running perpetually at the moment. It's dropped off a bit, which is weird. Dropped off a little bit. And running in this configuration, it doesn't flood, which is interesting. So, I guess if, yeah, I'm not sure at the moment. I've got to admit, I'm not sure. And I kind of feel like we need a way of dealing with these issues. And I'm not sure what that is. I would be really keen on your feedback on dealing with this kind of thing other than waiting for the bad tide to go away. So, yeah. I'm going to let them get this stuff built, I think. And, yeah, all of that's in. So we just need to let them get that built. And I'll come back. What we need to work on, I think, is hooking this up to the rest of the world. So, and I think the way to do that is probably to come off of this stuff. Probably, maybe it's slightly convoluted, but maybe coming out of the back here and across. Actually, that would work quite nicely because there's almost stairs there, isn't there? So we could drop down there and run across here. Yeah, I'm thinking that would work. I'm going to need to get down the back here, over the top there. I guess that's kind of neither here nor there as to which is easier. Let's do that. Cover the logs from there. And I think what I have to do is that and put one of those on the top. And then just run power shaft across. That's interesting. Why are those stopping? That needs to be at 1. Maybe that needs to be up at 1. Wow, that power's really dropped off. Was the level dropped? The level has dropped. So that's at 0.39. I'm guessing we want that to be maybe at least, yeah, we want it to be at least 0.5 by the looks of things. So pause, advanced, attach to stream gauge, new, low threshold. I'm going to go 0.5 to 0.5. Drop to 0. 0.52. Go to maximum. This could be a really bad idea. This could be a really bad idea. And that's where I'm saying that maybe doing it up here would be better. We'll have a little look. I'm not sure why this is stalling. Let's just give it a bit of a boost. I guess the problem is once it stalls, because we've not got the batteries there to keep the pumps going, it's going to stay stalled. So, yeah. And the batteries do really help it keep running. We need to get this built before we can reconnect the batteries. So, I mean, that's not a problem. We're not using it, but this is just a nice attempt, nice chance to play, I guess. Yeah, that's weird. But I guess as the pumps get running, things will improve. Yeah, Mum. Yeah, I guess again there's not enough liquid in here for the pumps to pump. Maybe this will sort it. Maybe this will sort it. I'm not sure. Because we've only got one pump running at the moment. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to let that go and see if it stabilizes. That's in. So what I think we do is I'm going to run a straight power shaft down there. I'm going to need to shuffle the path over a little. And then come across here to about... I want to come through here. So, yep, that works. At some point we need to go check on the rest of the colonies, I guess, or districts, really. So something like that. And then we are going to need to get on the other side as well, aren't we? So the easy way to do that is, well, I want to come down there, so we'll come down there. Grab the path, please. Do that. And give me path. Come on. Thank you. Like that. And then a high power shaft to step down there. And power. And power. I'm going to just need, you know what we'll do. We'll do that differently. I'm going to do the corner. No. I'm going to do the corner. We're going to start coming back along there. So, yep. Something like that. How's this working now? It's going better. It is going better. Yeah. So basically, if there's not enough fluid in the system, it can't maintain itself, and there's still not enough fluid in the system. So I'm going to adjust this. So that's at 0.9. So I'm going to attach it to this one. It's at 0.9. I had a greatest depth of 0.24, so I'm going to set it to a low threshold of 0.21 and a greatest of 0.25, and it'll go back up. So let's try that. And I think doing it up here is going to be better because this will respond faster. But we really need all of these pumps pumping, even more so if we're going to be extending this further. So that's my thought on that little problem. Yep. So most of that's been built, which is pretty crazy. That's nearly built. That's getting built, which is also pretty crazy. So we want to cut that and put a three-way there. Let's high prioritize that to reconnect things. Yeah. Then the plan is actually they can build the rest of that bit above, which is even better. It's a helicopter. That sounds incredibly loud to me. So that's all connected up, which is great. And the fact that this is going to be keying into a battery supply is going to help. But that seems to have done the trick, I think. No, that's not flooded. And that's generating a lot more power, actually. Yeah. Awesome. Right, so we need to come along here now and then down into the water. And I still haven't added in clutch mod, so I'm just going to do that for now. So I would like to just hold on for a second before we hook everything up. Oh, cool. They're now getting this, and this should go quite quickly because they can access everything from every side. Hopefully they can build those as well. Brilliant. They should be able to build everything nice and quick, and then yeah, we will need to swap this a 4-way rather than a T. And then we can put in 3 more pumps. The helicopter has just landed and spooled down, which suggests it's the air ambulance, which is not good. I hope whoever that is for is, well, this is going to sound weird, is as okay as they can be, I guess, because if it's the air ambulance, they're generally not okay. So, yeah, this is progressing, which is cool. They're doing a little bit of mining, which is cool. Let me just have a look. These guys have got not a lot of food. They've not got a lot of food. But they're not starving, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You know, if I just want it for this district. So they've got 1 potato. But I guess Buddy here is going to harvest some more potatoes, and they've got some more sunflowers that they're going to harvest, so, and some carrots. So they're probably they're getting by. They're getting by. And then if we go over here, we're in a pretty darn good position, I guess. Food could be better. Most stuff could be better, to be honest, but we're kind of ignoring that at the moment to do other stuff. So, yeah. The farms are working okay, which is good. We've got quite a few spare spots. Not in this district. I'm guessing they're over in District 2. Right, let's do a little bit of work. Yeah, we've got 47 spare bots over here, so why can't I see my district centre? There you are. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah, the aquatic farm can become bots, the bad water pumps, the bad water rig, the bakeries. Yeah, the bot assembler should be. Thought that was already. Builders huts, infused excavator, district centre, crossings. We're a few short now. That's okay. They'll sort that out. They will sort that out. Right. Back over here. So we're now running. Yeah, we're running much better now. We are flooding a little bit still. So let's just extend that along a little bit more. If we end up doing the same thing and just extending the problem. So we've got one more dirt block to put in. And we can blast that out. We need to... I'm just thinking actually. Power tunnel. These need to be on heavy stackables. So I think we might have to... We might have to build a reinforced platform. Let's place the piece of dynamite now. Yeah, I think we might have to build a reinforced platform to put that on. And we need to replace that with a 4-way power shaft. And then we need to build those. I guess actually first we need to build this bit in. So how are we going to get to that to build it? Well, I guess we can run along there initially, so that's going to look like that, except we don't want that there, we want a floodgate. That's going to look like that. The problem is that we need to get down into there now, so we need even more ladders. So let's do that. And then put that path through there, and that should work, I believe. So, yep. And we've kind of just pushed our flooding problem along. So let's tweak this a bit so that we are maybe 24. What depth are we at the moment? So I think then what we want to do, have this one attached to the stream gauge. And maybe have it attached to that stream gauge. So delete attach to stream gauge here. And that one we want the low threshold to be, so if it's below 0.9, 0.8, it can go to 1. If it's above 0.9, it goes to half, let's say. So we try and let some of that out, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Oh. It's a whole thing, isn't it? It's a whole thing. It gets all very complicated trying to balance all of this. I mean, this is still generating like 13,500 power. Which we could really do with. So, you know what? Bosh. Let's bring it in. We'll keep working on refining it as we go, but let's actually make use of it, shall we? That would be sensible, I think. Because that's why it's there. We've put quite a lot of time into building it, so, you know. So I should have said early on, the videos are still going to be a little sporadic. I do like that word, just because things are still really manic and busy. So, yeah, please bear with me still while I get myself organised. Things are getting more organised. We're just not quite there yet. So let's detonate that. We can then do reinforced platform. I think yes, and then let's see if that will let me put in power shaft tunnel. Yep, awesome. That will let me reconnect into that. That's perfect. That'll be good. What I'm thinking for all of this stuff is I think that the next project is going to be to remove a chunk of this, drop this down a level, and have a deep mechanical pump to keep this clear. So, yeah. I think that's my plan. I think that's my plan. We probably want to top that up now because we've been using a bit of it. And then what I think I might do is actually move this overspill to here so that it falls into this system. I think I might actually do that now. So, because that can be done by the district over here. So let's put that in. Put a bunch of dynamite in. Yeah, I think that would be better because I want to keep this clear. We've not quite mastered this. So let's tweak this some more. So I'm going to go down to 19 and 22. See if that works. If we can keep this from flooding but keep everything topped up. And it's all going to change again when we add more pumps in. Yeah. We'll get it done. So this is drying out now, which is not great. And how deep is this? It's 0.93 and these switch on at 0.74, so we want to increase that to be, let's go for 9, 7. We'll get them to keep it quite full. And see if that is enough. Yeah, obviously I've been ignoring the rest of this to try and get this thing set up and working properly. But this is kind of the big thing at the moment. So yeah, it's kind of the big thing. Now, one more piece of explosives to place. Looks like, is that in? Yep, that's in. So we've now got access to that huge battery supply. So we should now, if I go all the way over to District 3, yeah, where District 3 is plumbed in to that monumental power supply. So we shouldn't anymore have the power problems that we've been having across. If I come in here somewhere, yeah. So everything is now hooked in to this big power system. So we should be good for power now. I do just want to try and sort all of this out. And this leaking problem. And I think part of that is that we can't really clear anything out of the system when this is full. So that is a bit of an issue. Now, is there a way that we can get? Yeah, there is. If we put a double platform there, we can hook that path up to there. So that's connected there. So if we then do a double platform there, and then we do ladder there and stairs. No, we don't need to do stairs there, do we? We can just do platforms there. Then I think we can begin to remove a bunch of this stuff. So I think step 1 is going to be clear out a bunch of trees. So let's do that. And come underneath there. So get that going. Let's get you going, and up here, how much of this are we going to want to remove? It's a good question. Well asked. I know. You do ask the important questions. I think I'm going to mark those to be removed as well. So, yep, that can all go. Ultimately, I want to then replace those. Yep, we'll get there. We'll get there. We will get this all sorted. Right, so that's in now. So I need that bit of path there actually for this next thing that I've started, which is a bit of a challenge. And what we can start doing is if we delete that end, so that would be 1, 2, 3. So we would then go 1, 2. So we can start building that one. We won't be able to power it yet, but we can get them built. So over here, we are going to detonate you. And actually, do I just... No, let's not. Let's put in dams, and then we will go across here, like that. We will close you to make a bit of headroom, because what I want to do is delete those and then terraform them in. So, yep. Well, they cleared those awful quick. So, next step, I think, is to path here. Ladder down here. We are going to delete those trees. And I'm going to see just how deep we can detonate this stuff. We're still flooding up here. I do wonder how much of that is purely because I just can't clear this stuff out of the way. I think the other thing, let's work on one bit at a time. One bit at a time. And it's kind of nice that the rest of the colony can just get on with itself. I do quite like that at this point. I'm going to leave that open until the bad side's gone and it's drained and all that stuff. I'm guessing I am going to need a bit of path to come along here as well to get those. So let's do that. Yeah, those are mostly built. I'll let them build all those explosives. I'm going to detonate them and just see how deep we can make this. And then, yeah, my plan is to come up with a way of keep pumping this out to keep it clear when we've got bad tide as well. And that should be something that doesn't need to run all the time, but this has been a problem here. You can see like water's back flooding into here, which kind of don't want, you know. So until we get all this sorted, we're going to struggle to do all the balancing, I think. So yeah, we'll get this done. We'll get these blown up. I might end the video pretty soon, actually. This is going to be a little bit shorter. So let's drop in this next deep, or not deep mechanical pump, mechanical whatever. So yeah, actually something to talk about. I think the series is getting near the end. So I think we're near the end of this series. My plan is to swap over to the Folktails for the next series, and I'm going to might have a look at some of the competition maps. So the creators of TimberBorn ran a map making competition, and some of those look quite interesting. So I'm thinking about playing one of those for something a bit different, potentially. So yeah, let me know what you think. I feel like we are kind of at the end game of this series. I want to get this all set up and working properly. We'll then do a bit of a sweep through, try and finish the getting most of the jobs so that they're being done by bots rather than beavers. And I might not completely do that because that's kind of, you know, I don't feel that's a requirement for finishing a series all the time. You know, we've got a very stable colony now. I've ignored it for like 2 videos at least. So yeah, that's kind of my thought. Please tell me you were carrying 2 extract. You were. Just need someone to come build this bit of explosives. Wow, they built that already. Okay. So yeah, and I guess the alternative would be that we could do platform there, ladder there, and we'd be able to then put in the last pump. So Right, did you build my piece of explosives? You did. Did I miss placing a piece of explosives? I also did, but I'm not too worried. Let's have a little bit of an exploration. So actually, that went down. Oh, that wasn't good. That was not good. Unintended consequences and all that. The bad tide just filled it in. Okay. Oh well. Right. So that did indeed go down 3D, which is actually quite good. So what I'm going to do, we've got 9 days left of the drought. Well, the drought, the bad tide. So let's put those levies back. I'm going to put that piece back in. I'm then going to put that in. And that should help. That is connecting up with path. And I can then delete those bits of path. And I can put in this guy, and that will connect up these two as well. What I think I'm going to do for now is just disable that completely. I don't think I want to be adding more fluid into there at the moment. I think we're good. And then I'm going to delete you and landscape in you. And I can put a piece of path there so these guys can do that. That should all be quite quick, I think. That should all be quite quick. So we'll just finish this job up and then I am going to call it a day, I think. So and then I kind of think that I need to be doing something similar over here. So probably what I should be doing is putting that in, I think. Yeah, we can do that. And maybe just one deep. And if I'd been more sensible, it would be okay. So maybe we just let the bad tide run out and we reset things. I've got biofuel there. They should be able to go refuel. That's okay. Maybe we just let them all reset. And if I now... There's one there that I'm going to have to get to. Let's let them finish. Let's prioritize it, shall we? That'll probably help. Yeah, maybe I should just let this bad tide run out and then see where we are. That might be a better idea. Why? I know why. Delete. There we go. So they should now be upping the output of the... and what I'm also going to do is get in here and delete the path there and there. That might have been having strange effects as well. So, I guess I'm going to really struggle now to know how much power this thing's developing. The water's not even getting there. So actually, what I'm going to do, because I really do want to know how much power we are developing is I'm going to cut it off again. It's a good 10,000. That's not bad. Not bad. And it's not flooding, which is quite nice. So let's explodorate that. That should... Yeah. I mean, this is now not going to drain. But I've got a plan. It's cunning. It's very cunning. So I think I am just going to wait until the bad tide ends and just drain this area and then hope we can keep it drained. I think that's more sensible. So I also think that it's maybe more sensible to just build these from this side. So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, that's not getting through because we have a floodgate in there, don't we? So we want to delete you. And we'll have you set at 1. Thank you. That should allow things to... So we're now using 5,600 horsepower. So we kind of expect much more of much more generated now to get that same sort of excess. I don't remember what the excess was before. That's really bad. Really bad. But yeah, I don't remember what the excess was before. But I think that's going to be better. So, and then we can reopen that, and that can just stay running, and it will just overflow into this now, which will be fine. I guess that's not actually running because nothing gets to it, so it only runs when water gets to it, so that's okay. And it's generating a good excess, so yeah. What are you up to? Oh, you're trying to place those. Okay. Bad me. Bad me. Anywho, I'm going to call it a day now. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been a bit random. Obviously trying to focus on getting this thing running better. I think we've achieved that. We're now putting out, what, 7,000 excess power. So I think that's better. I think it is. I'm not certain, but I think it is. So, yeah. Anyway, any more suggestions, stick them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. And I will see you guys next time.